TNGTE English Senior August 2013. Second paper. Condensation. 5 seconds. Comments. Speaking on the budget in the Lok Sabha, an honorable member said, "Mr. Speaker, sir, I thank you for the opportunity given to me to say a few words on the budget. First of all, I would like to extend my hearty congratulations to the Finance Minister on presenting a good budget in this House under the present circumstances of the country. For this, he has won the admiration of the whole country." Just now, a member of the opposition raised many points during his speech on the budget. I am glad that he expressed his appreciation over a number of points covered in the budget. I am sure that it is a testimony that there is not much for the opposition to say against this budget. I want to refer to another thing. It has been said again and again in the newspapers that this is an election year budget. But I do not think that this is an election budget in any way. I would like to point out that if it had been an election budget, no attention would have been paid to any important scheme and it would have been framed as a vote mobilizer only. But there is no such point in this budget which makes it an election budget. So, it is not fair to say that this is an election budget. So far as the question of policy is concerned, I would like to mention that the budget presented by the Finance Minister has tried to improve the condition of the poor and workers. It has imbibed the visions of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, our first Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and others. I do not know whether there is any point on which we have not been logical. It is evident from the very fact that the ruling party has always tried to fulfill its promises. It stood for independence during the freedom struggle. Later on, it fulfilled the promises made in regard to the improvement of the condition of the farmers, laborers, and workers. I would like to emphasize that we are still marching ahead in that path. We had only stated that we would present an example before the world by uplifting the poor and the backward in this country. We are moving forward continuously in that direction. I would like to know whether these are points which would attract the criticism of the people. It is not proper to say that this is an election budget. I would like to know what wrong turn we have taken while starting the work of alleviation of poverty, removal of employment, promotion of rural industries, etc. So, we are only following a sound policy. Finally, I would like to say a few words about the problem of inflation and soaring prices. I may point out that this problem arises only out of the implementation of various development programs. Anyone who has a basic knowledge of economics knows that deficit budgeting is only natural in a developing country. It is quite natural when we try to realize our desires and when we have a number of programs to achieve those ends. As a matter of fact, nowhere in the world it can be done without deficit budgeting. We cannot make progress with a scarcity of resources and lack of policies for development. When we implement development projects, it certainly results in inflation. We are doing our best to remove poverty. It naturally results in deficit budgeting and inflation. So, there can be no grievance about inflation in the present context. Elaboration 5 seconds. Commence. Number 1. Sealed tenders are invited for construction of police station building at Tirupur. Earnest money deposit is rupees 20,000. Approximate value of the work is rupees 20 lakhs. Tender documents can be obtained on payment of rupees 10,000 from the office of the Superintending Engineer, Tamil Nadu Police Housing Corporation Limited, EVR Salai, Chennai, from 15th to 30th June. Filled in tenders should be submitted to the Superintending Engineer, Chennai, not later than 3 p.m. on 1st July. They will be opened at 11 a.m. on 2nd July in the presence of the tenderers or their authorized representatives. The superintending engineer reserves the right to reject any or all tenders without giving any reason therefor. Draft tender notice. Number 2. Applications are invited for the post of Data Processing Officer in the Finance Department of the Port Trust in Chennai. Educational qualification for the post is BE or BTech in Computer Science. The candidate should not be more than 30 years of age. He should have 3 years experience in a responsible position in a computer unit. Scale of pay for the post is rupees 16,000 to rupees 40,000. Usual allowances will be paid. Candidates should send their applications with a recent passport size photograph. Certified copies of all certificates should also be enclosed. The selected candidates will have to execute a bond agreeing to serve the trust for a period of not less than 5 years. Applications should be sent so as to reach the Chief Accounts Officer, Chennai Port Trust, Chennai, on or before 5th September 2012. Draft advertisement. Number 3. Draft a letter to the editor of The Hindu on the following lines. Roads were dug up in Adambakam area by the local body for the purpose of laying additional pipes to increase drinking water supply. A long time has passed since the work was completed, but the dug up portions have not been blacktopped. The portions are full of stones and it causes inconvenience to the pedestrians. It is requested that the authorities concerned may do the needful to blacktop the dug up portions. Number 4. A 4-year-old girl died on the spot after she was hit by a lorry in Tambaram. The accident took place when the girl was playing behind the vehicle near her house. She was the eldest child of a plumber. The lorry was carrying goods for a bakery. It had offloaded the goods and was backing up. The lorry driver had not seen the girl playing behind the vehicle. The driver tried to flee the spot, but the Railway Protection Force personnel caught him and promptly handed him over to the Tambaram police station for investigation. He was arrested by the police. Prepare an eyewitness account of the accident.